Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called This is the Rhythm of the Night, and we are going to find out your person's thoughts and feelings. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 is represented by the orange tea light. Pile number 2 is the black tea light, and pile number 3 is the purple tea light. So go ahead and go directly to the description box below and you can find the timestamps there. If you have more than one person on your mind, you can watch more than one pile. And even if you only have one person in mind, you're able to watch more than one pile. There may be multiple messages for you in different piles. So we are going to go ahead and get into it. Let's do it. Okay. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the orange tea light, and today's reading is called This is the Rhythm of the Night, your person's thoughts and feelings. So let's go ahead and get into it. For my beautiful pile number 1, spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 1, who comes here today with an open heart and an open mind, seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 1. Pile number 1, I'm already getting the S names, and I am getting something about people who did gymnastics in the past, or maybe when you were in school you did that, or you have a child who does that, but I am getting somebody who is athletic or did some type of gymnastics in the past, okay? So I just have to say that, pile number 1, because that is what I am getting. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. Sometimes Spirit will show me things before I start a reading. I'm also seeing the color red, okay? Maybe some of you are wearing red today, or you like the color red, all right? But let's go ahead and get into it for my beautiful pile number 1s. Let's do it. Okay. I also just heard something about Big Sean, the rapper, or maybe, again, just the name Sean in general. But let's go ahead for my pile number 1s. Let's do it. For pile number 1, please, Spirit, can you show me this person's thoughts and feelings for pile number 1? Thoughts and feelings, please, for pile number 1. Okay. You know, pile number 1, I also got something about a mechanic. So perhaps you were taking your vehicle to a mechanic, or perhaps this person works in some type of industry like that, or works in the car industry, but that is what I am seeing. We have Justice on the bottom of the deck, pile number 1. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna do your oracle cards and then we'll look at the tarot, okay? So let's find out this person's thoughts and feelings. I love you, okay? Interesting. Drowning. Feed me, okay? Feed me you, probably. We have strawberries and watermelon. Feed me. We have birthday sexual activity, pile number 1. So perhaps somebody's birthday is coming up, or some type of an anniversary is coming up, but somebody also, I feel some of you in pile number 1, you could be having a birthday in the next month or 2 from the time when you're watching this video, okay? Because I am getting something about your birthday here too as well, pile number 1. We have Trine and Flow. Ooh, this person is into, this person thinks that, you know, this connection energizes them, it benefits them, it gifts them. And you know, birthday gift, interesting. So perhaps somebody is wanting to bring somebody a birthday gift, or do like chocolate covered strawberries, or do some type of romantic gesture. But it's like, I feel this person is like, I want to tell you how I feel with I love you and drowning here. But I also feel with Justice on the bottom of the deck, they're trying not to appear too eager. They're trying to appear like they're like in control of the situation or in control of their emotions, and that they're not being too extreme on either side of it, okay? But I do feel like there is a lot of feelings here, all right? There's a lot of feelings, or I want to show you their feelings. I want to show you just how much just how much they're feeling you. Pile number one, we have imagination. Ooh, this person thinking about all the things that we can do. I also see somebody who goes into a sauna a lot, or perhaps loves saunas or that type of, whether it's steam or dry sauna, but I am seeing something about that too. I'm also seeing something about somebody who enjoys like swimming, or maybe swims for exercise, that type of thing. Pile number one. But this person's imagination here, embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Okay, so this person, perhaps some of you here, I feel this person really likes your style, with justice here as well. We have, of course, justice is representative of Libra energy, and so this person particularly liking your style, or liking your thinking you're very classy, elegant, liking your style, etc. All right, and imagination, so this person imagining the energy between you two, imagining the flow and the energy. All right, and we have transits here. Okay, so things as they change and things as they grow. And we have the ascendant and entrance. Okay, so somebody interesting coming into your life. And I feel like for you, pile number one, this has been in this year, there has been an opening of energy. Okay, and is it the right time? I feel like this person is saying, is it the right time for me to talk to you? Is it the right time for me to see you? Is it the right time for me to let you know how I'm really feeling? Or I'm really drowning in my feelings for you and I want to let you know, kind of, are you ready for that? All right. And so entrance, ascendant. Also, the ascendant has to do with our looks and like our physical body. And perhaps some of you have been making some changes. We are in a Venus retrograde right now. People may be making changes to their appearance or doing different things. But I do feel like this person notices you, pile number one. And maybe sometimes you feel like people don't always notice you or notice how you're feeling all the time. Okay, but I do feel like this person notices you. Okay, they do. They really do. We have here integration and card number 30. Okay, I see 30, 35, and 55 here. So perhaps we have some people around those ages in their early to mid 30s or early to mid 50s. But it says here, integration. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize, I can't say that word today, to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life, you know, and talking about that justice Libra energy. Perhaps some of you here are Libra rising or you have moon in Libra, but this frequency of integration supports every aspect of ourselves, okay? And the way we see each other, different days, different things can change, opinions can change, thoughts can change. But yeah, I like it. As long I do feel this person feels there is harmony and integration and flow between you and this person. We have supporting and indulging. This person perhaps maybe wanting to go out to eat with you, maybe wanting to break bread with you, have a meal with you, may also want to make you the menu. Make you on the menu, pile number one. I feel like this person is saying, you know, there's no reason to be shy, or there's no reason to like hold back. And I do feel like you have been running through their imagination, okay, for sure. And let's see what else we have here. Pile number one, we have the Page of Cups. Ooh, I like that. I like that for romance. We have the Five of Cups. We have the 10 of Cups. Wow, that's a lot of water energy. And you know, this trine and flow, remember I was talking about the water and how maybe somebody likes to swim or, yeah, that type of thing. But we can see different steps along the way. Now with this drowning card, we see the 5 of Cups, okay? And, but I love the 10 of Cups because I feel like we're going in phases here. And, you know, we have ups and downs sometimes in our emotional states as we're getting to know someone. We have the 8 of Cups and we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, I kind of feel like this person maybe is anxious or nervous about telling you how they feel, talking to you, getting to know you. I do feel like this person fears rejection a little bit, pile number 1, or fears that in some regard that they'll always be alone, or that, you know, they won't get to see you, or they miss you, pile number 1, okay? And, you know, imagination, I do feel like this person has a very like emotional nature to them, and I feel like they have a very big imagination, but I also feel like their feelings get invested easily and feelings may get hurt easily. I also feel like, you know, there can be doubt, I feel like, or there can be moments where this person is doubting themselves, or maybe like, I don't know if pile number 1 really likes me. I'm not really sure what they think of me. I'm nervous about approaching pile number 1. I'm nervous about telling them how I feel. I feel like maybe perhaps pile number 1 might reject me, or maybe this isn't a good time for pile number 1, because we have transits here in astrology have to do with the timing of things, okay? And being able to integrate how this person, it's like they really think that you're sweet and cute. I feel like with this Page of Cups, perhaps some of you are very creative. And, you know, I do feel like this person is craving emotional connection with someone, pile number 1. I do feel like it's something that's been missing in their life. I do feel like they've been lonely with the 8 of Cups, but I also feel like they get nervous, you know, and with the 10 of Cups, it's like everything is perfect, you know, and we have like those perfect moments that we share with someone where everything feels like it's flowing and it's good and it's fine. But I also feel like this person has experienced pain and disappointment in relationships before, pile number 1, and they've experienced a lot of highs and lows in relationships. And I do feel like, you know, they would like to be with somebody, pile number 1, but I also feel like it's kind of like, I think sometimes they wonder, like, am I hopeless when it comes to love, or am I like a hopeless cause? Okay, and I'm also getting something specific here too, and this won't resonate for everyone, but I am getting about somebody who was with a woman and then with a man, or somebody who has gone back and forth. So we could have, you know, bisexual people in pile number 1, or what's the one word where it starts with a P? I can't think of it right now, pile number 1, but when I'm channeling, I forget things very easily. But when people are just open to whatever, like they're more into the person rather than the gender. That's very like Libra anyway. And I do feel somebody in this connection could have been connected with like the LGBT community, or is like, you know, was in a girl-girl connection, but then there's, you know, a guy that's in love with someone. I'm just feeling that energy right now, pile number 1, so I just have to tell you that, okay? And I do feel like this person's nervous, though. I feel pile number 1. I feel that, I feel like they could get their feelings hurt easily, okay? But I also think you could restore their faith in this connection easily as well too, okay? And perhaps with justice here, you guys have been of two minds about something, or you've been trying to take the emotion out of something and just look at something rationally. Because I do feel this like getting in head over heels kind of energy. But, you know, with high highs, you can have low lows. You know what I'm saying? Pile number one, like with the 10 of cups and 5 of cups, it's like, wow, everything's wonderful. And then it's like, oh, everything's awful. And I don't know what to think. And I feel alone, or I feel, you know, betrayed, this type of energy. Okay. And I do feel somebody here could have been alone for a while, or not really going out with someone or dating people for a while, just because it makes them nervous, or, you know, getting kind of wrapped up into that energy makes them a little bit nervous. Do you know what I'm saying? Pile number one. So it doesn't mean that, I also feel like this person is saying, you know, that they really do care about you, and, or they really do have feelings for you. My Page of Cups in when I'm doing love readings is definitely a crush card. Okay. So it's like, no, I really do. I'm just getting that line from that song by the Violent Femmes. What do I have to do to prove my love to you? Like that type of thing. Okay. So I feel like this person is saying, yeah, you know, like I really do have feelings for you, but because I have feelings about you, I'm nervous, I'm worried. You know, I feel like, when are we going to cross? I feel like this person is worried that you won't cross paths again, or like worried about when they can see you again, or when you guys will talk again. And perhaps the last time you spoke to this person, pile number one, you weren't feeling super happy yourself either. Okay. And here's the thing, I feel both of you could be sensitive to rejection. Okay. And needing the other person to kind of show their feelings. And, you know, when we see this integration, we talk about the need to kind of, in order to integrate with someone, we need to, first of all, be vulnerable enough to let someone in. And then second of all, we have to let someone know how we feel. And it's no easy task. I do feel like this person feels alone sometimes, pile number one, but I also feel like this person thinks that you could make them really happy with the 10 of Cups. But I also think because they care, you could make them very sad too, you know? And perhaps you guys are really, you know, trying to, we see justice and temperance here, like both of you trying to, keep things under control and not trying to go overboard with things, or not trying to take on, just trying to stay rational, logical, and not let your fears kind of get you in a messed up emotional state, is what I feel. Okay. And yeah, and I do feel like this person may want to leave where they're at as well, or they imagine being with you, pile number one. But something about, you know, imagining being with you may also make them a little bit scared, nervous, worried, sad. Okay. Perhaps this person would really like to spend your birthday, like would like you to either be with them on their birthday, or they want to be with you on your birthday. Okay. I'm just going to get 2 cards here for the Justice card and see what additional, since we have this Justice card right here. Spirit, can you show me a little bit more detail on that Justice card, please? Can you show me a little bit more detail on the Justice? On justice, please. Can you show me? I mean, definitely making decisions about something. Isolation on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, like this person feeling like lonely or feeling sad or missing you, pile number one. Imagining, you know, what it's like, or the last time you two talked or were together. Okay, we have intuition and determination. Okay, I just feel like, you know, you two are on the same page, and I do feel like both of you intuitively can feel each other's energy. Okay, but I also feel with Justice here, I feel you guys are very romantic at heart, pile number one, with this Page of Cups. And, you know, here's the thing, I do think you are trying to like, yes, you do feel the intuitive draw and the intuitive pull to one another, or you do feel that energy, but I also feel like you guys are determined to stay even and stay balanced and stay realistic and practical about the situation and not let your feelings or fears kind of get control over your mind, okay? And, you know, really intelligent people, pile number one, oftentimes have really vivid imaginations for the things that they want to do and the things that they want to try, and for having different ways of relating to people and all of that. And I feel you or this person could be like this. You know, a really vivid imagination is a sign of somebody who is very intelligent, but it also can really activate the emotions. So I do think that there is like this energy of determination to see something through and to follow through on what your intuition is telling you, while not going too overboard with things. And indeed, that is a tricky balance, but I feel like, you know, once we integrate both sides of things, your side, their side, I do feel like there could be a nice energy between you and this person. And I do think they feel alone, and I do think they miss you, and I do think they want to see you or talk to you, and they may not know exactly how to say that or exactly how to go about it, but feel out the situation, pile number one, because you're already intuitive anyway, and you're doing a really good job of keeping your emotions and your mental state balanced. And you're trying to, is what I feel, pile number one. You're putting a lot of effort into that, okay? And I do think this person realizes that emotional strength within you, okay? So pile number one, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. I hope that that reading resonated for you. And I'd love to hear any thoughts, comments, or feedback that you have regarding the reading. Thank you so much, pile number one, and take care. Let's move on to pile number two. Okay, get organized here for pile number two. There we go, pile number two. And let's do it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the black tea light, and today's reading is called This is the Rhythm of the Night. And we're going to find out your person's thoughts and feelings as they are right now, pile number two, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Love that you guys chose the black tea light. You also got my vampire deck here too as well, so that'll be fun. Let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, can you show me pile number two's persons? Oh, maybe you guys have more than one. Pile number two, can you show me this person and their feelings towards pile number two, please? Can you show me? Okay. I just got something about mermaids, so I wanted to mention that to you, pile number two. Perhaps you really like mermaids, but let's go ahead and see. Or maybe you were drawing a picture of one, or you saw an art work of one, or you've got something on your wall, a photo or a picture. Let's go ahead and see for pile number one. Let's see this person, their thoughts and feelings towards my pile number twos, please. Their thoughts and feelings towards pile number two. All right. And let's see. Oh, we have the Daughter of Grails on the bottom of the deck. So that is going to be the Page of Cups. Ooh, so gothy looking. Pile number two. But I also get this energy that maybe you are feeling emotionally fed up for some reason. Pile number two. I'm also getting people that are, I hate to be blunt, pile number two, but I'll just say it, like people who are on their periods, or people who are very emotional right now, or people who haven't been feeling good, perhaps because of, you know, cramps, stuff like that. I just have to say it, pile number two, but perhaps you've been feeling, you know, kind of emotional, or you've been feeling kind of like, tired of waiting or just in your feelings about something, pile number 2, when it comes to a particular situation, just kind of worried, okay? And maybe you came to this reading because you're worried or concerned, or you're feeling a bit, you're just feeling a little bit concerned, I feel, okay? And maybe you're a little worried about this person in general, pile number 2. But let's go ahead and see here. Let's see for my pile. Of course, you came through as mermaids. You're the Page of Cups, pile number 2. Of course, you came through as my mermaids. And we may have some Pisces energy in this pile, Scorpio energy, Cancer, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Definitely the mermaids, particularly people with positions and planets in Pisces, okay? Or maybe you have like Venus, Neptune in your chart or something like that. But I am feeling that. And I'm getting this energy of feeling a little tired or just emotionally drained. Perhaps some of you are feeling that way as well, okay? But let's go ahead and see. We've got phone call, yes. And I feel like perhaps you guys are like, I am in my feelings about this, and I'm wondering, like, should I call them? Are they gonna call me? What's going on? We have phone call and lust, all right. We have begging, on knees, and humble, okay? And we have the night bandit, sexual dreams, 5D visits. So perhaps you have been dreaming about this person. The Page of Cups definitely can represent that dreamy energy of really being caught up in, fantasy, dreams, etc., waiting for someone's call, waiting to know how they feel here. We have opposition. Opposition brings balance. We have interacting, making conscious of something, manifesting something, conflicts with something, or calls something out. Okay, so that's interesting because I feel like there's this thing that it's like, okay, maybe we don't want the same thing, or maybe we need to talk about something or make something known here, okay? And I also feel with opposition, it's like, okay, it's your move or the ball's in your court, right? Because it's like, okay, it was your move, now it's my move. Now, and talking about wanting a balance between who's putting in the effort and who's calling and who's saying things and who's making their feelings known. And I also feel like somebody has like beautiful eyes, or this person could think that you have beautiful eyes, pile number 2. But let's go ahead and see. This person maybe owing you an apology, maybe feels bad for waking you up or calling you in the middle of the night, or wants to see you or wants to talk to you but knows that you're sleeping. Perhaps this person was supposed to call you or reach out, but you fell asleep or they fell asleep. But I am getting that type of energy too here, okay? And I also feel like you could have been really tired one night, pile number 2, and this person was like, I want to talk to you, or I want to come over, or I want to see you, but it's like, okay, I am needing, my stomach isn't feeling well, or I'm not feeling the best, okay? So I am getting something about that as well, pile number 2. We have here blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being, okay? So, this person saying they may owe you some type of an apology to keep things in good working order here. And I also feel like somebody could have said, oh, I want to see you, or oh, I want to come over, or let's make a plan, but then didn't call or fell asleep or something like that, okay? And this person saying, I'm having to accept responsibility or blame for whatever happened, okay? I mean, I think they're willing to accept responsibility and blame as well, pile number 2. And maybe this person made you worry, because I did talk about that energy of worrying. you know, maybe they made you worry about something, or maybe you got all dressed up or something, but I am feeling like this person's like, it's my fault I didn't call in time, or it's my fault I didn't tell you like my plan or what was happening. It's my fault I didn't really, you know. Also, I feel like if somebody feels like a booty call, or somebody just feels kind of like, you know, like throwaway or something like that, I feel like this person's trying to say like, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. Will you forgive me? Okay, this type of energy. So I am seeing that. Oh, there's the opposition again. All right, so we have two energies of opposition, and it says confrontation and conflict. Okay, and then we also have the word objectifies. So perhaps some of you did feel hurt, or you did feel objectified, or you did feel upset about something. And perhaps there was an argument between you and this person. And I do feel like this person is saying, okay, I am going to accept the blame for that. I also feel somebody could have been kept up really late, or somebody couldn't go to work because they were kept up late, or physically wasn't feeling well. And it's like, my bad, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep you up late, or I didn't mean to make you wait, or I didn't, you know, mean for you like not to feel good or worry you or make you upset to your stomach or this type of thing, okay? But also with opposition, it's like them or fighting words, you know? So perhaps, I mean, I feel you guys are more like just wanting an explanation. I do feel you're a little bit annoyed with this person, pile number 2. Like, I feel you guys are annoyed with them, okay? And I do think they know that you're annoyed with them. And perhaps you did call something out to them, or you did say something to them. We have 4th house and home, okay? And maybe it's hard for them to come over to your place, or for you to go over to their place. And we have the night bandit and home. So this person kind of coming over to your house, or booty calling. I feel like with this phone call and lust, like somebody booty calling the other person, or like somebody's asleep or tired or something like that, and the other person calls, and it's like, okay, what's going on? Are you coming? Are you going? Are you leaving? Are you staying? Type of thing. But it's kind of like going over to each other's houses, okay? And maybe there's some difficulty or challenge with getting to each other's houses. Pile number 2, we have remembrance here. So this person really remembers the energy between you two. Really, your memory is very vivid with them, or the last time that they saw you. The frequency of remembrance. I also feel like remembrance is like, you know, not letting go of something, or like, yeah, if you want to make up with me, I'm not just going to forget about it. You know, it's like, I can forgive you, but I'm not going to forget. I am getting that kind of energy here, okay? It's like, I feel you guys are very generous and caring towards other people, pile number 2, with this Page of Cups, but I also feel like, you know, there is a little bit of a tiny grudge there, and perhaps you're like, no, it's more than tiny, Natalie, but but I do feel that it's like, I also feel like this person is saying that they remember how you made them feel, and they remember like being around you, or they remember being close to you, and they're trying to accept the blame for something here. But it says, the frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul in a body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life, okay? And it supports our memory of everything that we've gone through, okay? So I also feel it's like, yeah, I have gone through some stuff with this person, and perhaps some of you used to live with this person, or you used to be over at each other's houses all the time. But it's like, you know, I do, you know, opposites attract. We have two opposition. They oftentimes don't create, like, there can be a lot of misunderstandings with opposites, though, I feel too. And opposites can attract, but it doesn't always equal longevity, you know, pile number 2. So this person is saying, yeah, I do remember being at your house or wanting to come over. But I also feel with these two oppositions, it's like, okay, but did we want different things? Or maybe it's like you guys are feeling like, yeah, no, we like each other, or there's this sexual tension between us, but I feel like we want different things. And I feel like when this person thinks of you, they think about that oppositional energy of, okay, you want this and I want that, but how do we, you know, how do we make it right is also, with this begging on knees humble, it's kind of like, well, how do we make it right? We have here the Lord of Scepters, okay? And this is the King of Wands. So this is extremely fiery, passionate, heavy, hot and heavy type of energy, okay? The King of Wands. We have the Five of Skulls. Oh boy, okay? The Five of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Wands. Ooh, ooh. Okay, and we have the Daughter of Knives, and this would be the Page of Swords, okay? And then we have Judgment here. Okay, so there is a lot of, and I feel like you guys want to say something to this person or call them out. There is a fight, I feel here, pile number 2. Now, you might not have liked the way that this person spoke to you. They might not have liked the way that you spoke to them. But I can definitely tell there is a lot of fire and there is a lot of lust here. All right. Lust. It's not, I feel like it's not because of lack of wanting you sexually. Pile number 2. Like, I do feel that this person, likes you, but sexually, but I also feel like this person coming and going and leaving, coming, going, leaving, staying, all this kind of stuff, I do feel like it's confusing. I do feel like this person's actions can be very confusing, okay? And I do think that this person knows that they know that is what I feel. They know they were a shithead, or they know that you felt used by them, or you felt angry as a result of things that they did, okay? I also feel like it's a lack of follow through with the King of Wands and Five of Pentacles. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gung-ho and I want this and I'm into this and this is what I want and I'm going after you. And then it's like, okay, yeah, like what happened? And I feel like you guys are saying, like, I'm sick of people like lying to me. I'm also sick of people with this Daughter of Knives here. I feel like you guys are pissed off with the Seven of Wands as well. And you're like, I'm sick and tired of people like falling through on their promises. I'm sick and tired of flaky people. I'm sick and tired of people telling me they're going to rock my world and do this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, I'm the one that's kind of like doing everything. I kind of feel like you guys, I feel like you guys are maybe on top, or like there is a very athletic kind of sexual quality to this connection, and maybe you guys were the ones on top all the time, pile number 2, or you were doing a lot of the work, okay? I kind of feel like, this person's like, oh yeah, I'm into everything and I want to do everything. Like King of Wands, very confident, very, like, I'll light your world on fire, baby, like that type of energy. Like, I'm coming over, like, no doubt, like this type of energy. And then it's like they do come and they don't know what the hell they're doing, or they're like, an ogre who doesn't know how to use their hands, or they're lazy in some type of a way, or they don't deliver on, I just feel like and I feel like you guys are annoyed and disappointed by it. And I feel like, when you call it out, this person is defensive, or this person thinks that you're mouthy or defensive at times, okay? But I also feel like blame, I mean, accepting the blame for something is going to be like, I do feel that an apology here is needed. And I feel like this person knows that they're not going to be able to get with you again, or they're not going to be able to talk to you again, get with you again, see you again, unless they clear the air from the energy that was there the last time that you saw them. And the five of skulls, or the five of pentacles, can definitely be an energy of like somebody feeling used, and I do feel like this person thinks that, you're very passionate and you're very strong, and that you have a very strong mind and a very passionate spirit, very, and a sharp tongue perhaps too, with the Daughter of Knives, okay? And maybe they weren't expecting that from you, but I do feel like this person could have had their pride or their ego with Judgment here in the Daughter of Knives. I do feel like this person could have had their pride injured. I see the lion in the background, like their pride, their injured, their ego, okay? And, when people are kind of like doing scorched earth policy of like relating to people, you see these kind of things come up, and then you see the regret and the memory that kind of lingers after it, okay? But with opposition, it's like where people see, instead of connecting with people, it's more like, instead of connecting with people on an emotional level, it's more, teasing, intellectual, it's more like jokes, it's more like passion, and it's not as deep emotionally. And my whole thing about this is, where are you guys at with that pile number 2 when it comes to like depth of emotion and what you need emotionally, and how you want to be respected as a lover, or how you want to be heard as a lover? And and I feel like some of you were hurt in this situation by the way that this person acted. I mean, it's very impulsive. I do feel a lot of impulsivity around this person, or them talking a big game, or them kind of having a big ego, and them calling you up and begging to come over or see you again. And then, they turn around and burn you again with Judgment, or they turn around and they do the same type of thing. And it becomes like this, karmic cycle that we kind of get into with somebody where, it's like, I don't want to like talk to you anymore, and perhaps some of you are in that type of place. Now, with oppositional energy, this is where we see we see our lover as an adversary, rather than, like somebody that we care about. It's like, okay, everybody, and I feel like this person automatically is, they may not even be that good in bed either, with the King of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. And I think that may be something, or they're just lackluster for those of you that haven't actually been with them. Like they talk a big game, but they're not really following through, or something about their game or what they're doing anyway is very lackluster. And I feel like you guys could say things that would really hurt this person's feelings if you wanted to, pile number 2. Now, I don't know if you're going to do that, because I think you're a really, sweet person. But I mean, if people push you far enough, I think you would. But I also feel like you guys are sick and tired of this person's excuses, or you're sick and tired of, it's 11:11 on my clock right now, pile number 2. Interesting. But like, I do think you guys are sick and tired of this person. You're sick and tired of lies, or you're sick and tired of their ego, or you're sick and tired of even sexually being the one to kind of do the work. And I think you're just kind of like, okay, like, I need to like let you know that I remember what happened. And again, I don't think it's all bad what happened. between you and this person with this fourth house energy. I don't think it's all bad, pile number one or pile number two. I just think, you know, there's going to be a need to clear the air with the Page of Swords. And this person may not like what you have to say. But I also feel you guys have a need right now with the Seven of Wands to be straightforward, you know, with what you want to say. Okay. And perhaps you guys are worried about an interaction that you had with this person, or if they'll be back again. But I have to ask you, pile number two, like, did this person really fully satisfy you, or did they really, you know, were they talking a big game but not following through with it? So anyway, I mean, sometimes when we're missing someone or Page of Cups, or we're feeling emotional about something, it's good to remember how, with this remembrance card, it's good to remember, you know, how that person made you feel in the moment, or what they, like, physically, emotionally, mentally, like, how did they make you feel in that moment? Okay. And sometimes if we really zero in on that, it helps us move through something emotionally. Okay. And yeah, but I also just feel there's like a frustration and annoyance and a setback in this connection, pile number two, that doesn't feel the greatest and feels kind of adversarial. But I do think this person could definitely call you again because they want to be with you. And I do think that they could come begging and, you know, accepting the blame and all this kind of thing. I do think they really could, pile number two. But my question to you is, how do you feel about that? And do you want to entertain that? Okay. Is it unentertainable at this point? I mean, I guess you will, you know, I guess you will, perhaps some of you have been dreaming about this person and you wanted to talk to them or say something, but I also just feel like, you know, really think about this interaction with this person and think about, like, are they worth it, is what I would say. Pile number two. Okay. So, I mean, you look good. Either way, you look good. I mean, whatever. And I think you left a big scorched earth in this person's brain about the, you know, chemistry or the things that happen. I mean, I do think this person still thinks about you, and I do think that you're still in their mind, okay? Or some of the things that you said to them are still playing in their mind, you know? So if you're wondering, I think, yeah, definitely. And I think you certainly made a very strong impression, but I wouldn't compromise your position either. That's just like where you are right now. Even if you are feeling sad or lonely or memories are coming back or something, pile number two, if it was me, and, you know, of course you have to do you, and I can't, you know, be you, but if it was me, I would hold my ground against that person. Not in a sense of I can't ever forgive anyone, but just in, like, you know, remembering what the energy was like. Sometimes we have to go, like, was that pleasant? Was that really pleasant? Or what am I really thinking here? So anyway, pile number two, that is what I am getting for you, my love. Some of you, it is Mercury retrograde, it is a Venus retrograde, and you may get a phone call from this person. So just be ready, my loves, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Take care. Let's move on to pile number three. Let's do it. Okay. Pile number three, welcome to your reading. You chose the purple tea light, and today's reading is called This is the Rhythm of the Night, Their Thoughts and Feelings. Thank you so much for being here, pile number three, and we are going to go ahead and get into your reading. Let's do it, okay? For those of you that are entertaining new connections and you're excited about something, I always tell people just let it play out, you know, see what it's like. And if you start to run into issues or problems, then you can get a reading, you know. But anyway, for those of you that would like any personal readings in the future, details for how to get one are in the description box below. Let's go ahead and take a look at pile number 3. I'm just getting the word challenging. So perhaps some of you are like, yeah, you know, my love life has been challenging, or things have been challenging lately. Or maybe some of you are just wanting to meet someone that challenges you and really takes it to the next level. Let's go ahead and see for my pile in number 3s. Let's see for pile number 3. Maybe some of you have been dealing with a challenging health situation as well. I am getting something about that, or you've had a bug or a flu or something. But pile number 3, I just thought I saw a bug crawling, so I had to mention that. Anyway, pile number 3, let's get into your reading and see what is this person's feelings that pile number 3 came here for. What is this person's feelings towards my pile number 3s? This is the rhythm of the night. Let's see. Ooh, we have the 8 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I was kind of getting that anxiety feeling. That's really one of the anxiety cards, I would say. It's like, I have no idea. And perhaps your guys' head, you've just had a lot going on, or your own head has just been kind of like, I don't know, or I have no idea. I'm at a loss. I'm not really sure. And sometimes with the 8 of Swords, it feels like the more that we think about something, or the more that we entertain something, or the more that we allow our minds to drift into a ton of different things, the worse it gets, you know? And so perhaps some of you are like, I have no idea what this person thinks of me. Or it's really hard to tell because they're not giving me enough information to really know. And so maybe some of you are like, so I'm having to fill in the blanks. And yeah, so let's go ahead and see. And maybe sometimes you feel like you assume the worst at times, pile number 3, or maybe you're like, they don't like me, or you kind of assume the worst about situations. And maybe some of you are working on your self-esteem is another thing that I'm getting here, pile number 3, but it's all good, my friends. Whatever is happening, self-acceptance, accepting where we're at and what we're feeling is so much better than avoidance, you know? So let's go ahead and get into it. We have unspoken feelings, very interesting. We have regrets. Okay, this person regretting, I should have told pile number 3 what I was feeling or what I was thinking. I should have told them a long time ago. I'm definitely getting an energy here too for some of you where this is a person that you could have had you been allowed to date each other, or had there been an opportunity for dating each other, you would have. Or maybe for some of you, this is a person you dated in the past, okay? But I'm just getting this energy of I'm also getting where you and this person could have been friends, pile number 3, or there could have been a little flirty energy or acquaintances with this person, but they never really, you could sense that they liked you, but they never really said anything, okay? And both you and this person, I feel like in a vacuum. It's like, well, what do they think about me? Well, what do they think about me? And, you know, this person may see you as the one that kind of got away, or they wish in the past they would have reached out and said something to you, or asked you out, or made their feelings known. We have breadcrumbs, just enough to keep you. Okay, so this person, you may go periods of time where they text you or reach out to you, or you see them, or they come into your work, or whatever situation is going on, pile number 3, but you see them here and there, they reach out to you here and there, they leave a comment on your Instagram here or there, you know, this type of thing, hey, how you doing? You know, but it's nothing really concrete. It's nothing really sustained. And we have here dirty talk. That's so funny. I talk about leaving messages on your Instagram. Look at the 2 phones, and maybe this person has been up in your DMs and flirting with you at different times. But we have phone sex and tell me. Okay, so it's talk to me, let me know, tell me, you know, talk dirty to me, that type of thing. but, you know, perhaps they reach out and say something, or they're up in your DMs, or you sense that they are being kind of flirty, or perhaps you and this person have shared like naughty flirty messages before, wink wink type of thing, but it's like, okay, where is any of this like going type of energy. We have Aquarius, but it came out reversed, which is funny because I don't even really, sometimes I read reversals, but not in this reading. But maybe somebody here is an ultra playing it cool air sign, or is not very good at communicating. We could have our Gemini, Libras, or Aquariuses, particularly Aquarius energy. You know, somebody could be a little bit shy as well, or, you know, also Aquarius energy can sometimes be kind of detached, or it says group oriented, eccentric, diverse, disruptive, like unique, different, this type of thing. Okay, so this person really wishing, like, I do think that they think perhaps in the past one of you wasn't able to like let your freak flag fly, or you were kind of detached, or they were kind of detached, or, you know, there was like this, hey, how are you type of a connection, but it wasn't really like, it was more air sign type of energy, or it was more like talking about the weather. You know, we could have somebody who's very bad at small talk, or somebody who, like, when they go to talk to people, kind of looks down at the ground, or somebody who isn't used to coming out of their shell emotionally, or isn't used to pursuing other people. Okay, and I am getting somebody here who could be an artist, perhaps, you know, you are, or they are, but I also feel this person is just awkward about relationships. Okay, pile number 3, they could just be awkward in general. And I'm also getting somebody here who could be like polyamorous, or somebody who has experimental type of relationships, or maybe you do or something. But I'm just getting, it's like that this person, like, there's an awkwardness about expressing feelings, you know, and there's an overly detached energy, or maybe like a kind of I'll get to it when I get to it type of a thing. I mean, it's not, yeah, I mean, maybe this person seeing you as somebody who's not available. You know, maybe you're giving off Aquarian energy and you're coming off as not romantically available, or you send them a few messages or a few DMs, or, you know, like timing wasn't right here with unspoken feelings and regrets. Okay, but I am getting that not emotionally available, kind of detached energy. So it's like, yeah, I want to flirt, or yes, I want to say certain things, but like not really following through on things. It's more of like an airy type of a thing. We have health, yes, and I mentioned health in the channeled messages quickly before I started your guys' reading, and talking maybe some of you having health issues or having things going on, which sometimes, you know, this person could also be having health issues, which, you know, sometimes when we have like a physical health issue or a sexual health issue, it's like we don't really want to tell the other person, or we don't really, also it could be a mental health issue. It could be somebody who has a hard time connecting with people. But, you know, it could be physical health, it could be emotional health, but it says here, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul, health, okay? And perhaps this person has had some physical health issues that have kept them at like a distance, or kept them at an awkward kind of distance from actually connecting beyond like social media, or beyond like texting or something like that. Okay, and sometimes we think it's about us, or we think something is like, does this person like find me gross or not think I'm attractive, and we think it's about us, but it's actually about them and maybe some insecurity that they're having as well. And I do feel like this person could have some insecurities right now, pile number 3 as well, that have kind of held them back. We have Uranus here and change. Yeah, something different, unique. And they could have had a change in their health status, or you could have had a change in your health status. But, you know, again, with Aquarius and Uranus, there is this energy. I mean, Uranus is very friendly. Like the Aquarius Uranus energy is known to be like friends with people, or like getting along with people, or making friends, but not really like connecting on a deeper level, where there's some kind of awkwardness. Like there's flirting, but there's also like, you know, there's people who can flirt, and sometimes it's so funny because you'll meet people like online, or you'll be texting with them and they'll be flirting with you and they'll seem fun and flirty, but when you meet them in person, it's like wah wah, or there's just not as much of that going on. And yeah, I do think something could have changed in this person's health status, okay? Or that they're needing to make some changes in their life because of their physical health or their emotional health, okay? But this person's a little different, I feel like. And I also feel people that could work in alternative healing industries, or people that work in the health industry, or have major interest in a health field. I can also see that here too. But I also feel like when people are going through health changes, it's sometimes very hard for them to, because if you're going to get involved with somebody, you know, at some point they're going to want to be physical, and then what, you know? Aquarius reversed could kind of be like an asexual type of an energy, or somebody who can get very in their head or very asexual about things. And there could be a lot of like nervous energy or problems with the nervous system. You know, it's interesting with Uranus as a health, quote unquote, health planet, can have to do with like epilepsy, or MS, or problems like with the nervous system. And so, you know, that's hard, right? And you have to be able to explain all of that to a future partner. And it's not going to be like light flirting. You're going to have to probably disclose your health status, or where you're at, or what's going on, if you're going to be, you know, if it relates to the physical activity. So I do see something like, I feel like you guys are like, well, what's going on with this person and what do they think? I do feel they regret not telling you about something that was going on with their health, or they regret not really sharing more with you so that you would understand, because I think they know they came off as like detached or disinterested when they actually were interested, you know? So it's kind of interesting. We have first house and arrival here. Of course, the first house in astrology has to do with the body and our health. It's also another house of health in the astrological chart. And so this person just going through some changes, I feel like, pile number 3, with their energy, with their physical health. Perhaps you guys have been going through that too. It can make it really challenging to try to connect when we're going through that. I feel this person's also just going through a lot of changes in their life in general. And they've had to put a lot of energy into looking after themselves or taking care of themselves. And big changes have been happening in their life. So sometimes that Aquarius energy can come off as very like detached, but sometimes it's for another reason, you know? And sometimes it's like, I don't want to let someone into that, so I'm just going to stay pulled back. I like them. I think they're hot. I think they're sexy. And I do think that this person I do think they are attracted to you, first house. And I do think that you're different or quirky, or something about you that's very original and unique. And I do think like you get this person's energy going. And I do think like there is this sense of like, you know, this could be really different, or this could be a really surprising connection that kind of came out of the blue from nowhere, or came back out of nowhere, or this type of thing. Or it's always very shocking when they see you, or there's something about you that reminds them, especially, about the past and like how things have changed so much, and for those of you that do work in some type of alternative health profession, I do think that this person is, very interested in you and very interested in your mind, your quirkiness, how you think about things. And I do feel they could have been very shocked to see you, to hear from you, to learn about something that was going on in your life, pile number 3. I do think it could have really taken them by surprise. Perhaps for some of you, this was like a blast from the past. We have authority here, okay? The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving, okay? And yeah, that's interesting too. I mean, this could have to do with someone's career as well, or changes in someone's career. I also feel too, or how things are changing in someone's work life, okay? And somebody here could be a scientist or into the health field, but I also feel like this person thinks that you're an authority, or that you are very well versed in cool, interesting topics. Could be spirituality, could be alternative healing, naturopath, it could be like people that do different types of therapies, different types of healings. I do feel like this person's like, perhaps you could help them with something too. And I do think that this person looks at you as, like an authority on something, or the way that they see you, or the way that you speak so knowledgeably about certain things and weird things that maybe, or different things that they haven't really like thought about, and I do think that they think you're a very interesting person who knows what they're talking about, and has really fascinating stories about like how your life has changed and how things have changed in general. And I feel some of you with this first house in Uranus are maybe not even recognizable to this person, or maybe you look very different, or you act very different. And, authority, I like that energy because it says it's receptive, wise, and loving, so this person also seeing you as somebody who knows a lot about certain topics, but also somebody who is like open-minded, and somebody who would, the thing is if they're afraid of telling you something, or, of you hearing something or whatever, it's like, I feel you guys are very like, wise, receptive, loving towards people. And if somebody is going through something, I feel like, you're compassionate, you'll hear people out, this type of thing. I feel like this person is saying, I wish I would have told you like what was going on with me. Okay, because I do feel like major big things were kind of going on with them. And true authority is powerful, directed, and realized. Okay, so I do feel like this person thinks like you're a big deal, or you would bring some big changes into their life. Authority, when it's receptive, wise, and loving. Authority is good, but authority can also be like overbearing, like you need to make these changes, or you need to do this, or, thinking that perhaps there's people in authority positions over you that aren't allowing you to change and become the person that you want to be. There's a lot of different stuff going on here. Pile number 3 is what I see, okay? And perhaps you guys challenge authority, because Uranus will challenge authority and challenge the prevailing wisdom, So perhaps there is this, and I talked about that in the beginning of your reading, pile number 3, about being with somebody who really challenges you, or somebody who really, like can share a lot and has a lot to contribute from that perspective, okay? I do think you two having things in common. You both may be rebels. You both may like challenging authority. You both may believe in some alternative things or different structures of things. But I also think that there's an awkwardness of like, how do we like emotionally say that we like each other? You know what I mean? It's like, how do we, like, there's a lot to talk about, I feel like, with you two, or perhaps a lot that you two can relate on, but how does it become emotionally more? Okay, we have the Hermit here with Virgo and health, of course. Of course, we could have some Aquarians and Virgos up in this pile. Oh, we have the Lovers and Gemini again. So we're talking about signs that process information, to Mercury ruled signs. And I do feel like mentally you guys have a lot in common, or a lot that you can share with one another. And I do feel like this person doesn't really like, you know, date in a traditional way. I feel like they may like to have control and authority of their own person and their own life, and they may not like somebody like interfering in their life. This person may feel like they're kind of on a solo journey in life, and they may not like regularly like one-on-one date people. Do you know what I'm saying? Pile number 3, there are those people in life that are very like, they want to talk to people and they want to get to know people, but they're also kind of lone wolf type of energy. And I do feel like this person does have that oddity lone wolf type of energy about them. But I also feel with the Lovers here, they like you, they're attracted to you, they would be lover, you know, they would be a lover with you. Okay, but it almost feels like there's a third force that needs to come in and bring you two together, because it's kind of like all you guys do is kind of like talk or relate to each other as friends, or, you know, flirting. I mean, when we see the Lovers, there could be, with Gemini energy, there could be like a lot of flirting and things, or talking, or just general back and forth. But, you know, how do we make it something more? We have the King of Wands, okay? And we have the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Okay. I mean, oh, it's so funny. I mean, okay, we have the Two of Wands. So, like, here's the thing. Here is the thing, pile number 3, that you appreciate people that are direct and take action on what they want. And you prefer like direct, open communication and clear communication is what I see. And again, I feel like this person really likes your mind and thinks that you're incredibly bright, intelligent. Uranus is a planet associated with genius, you know, and that you are, you know, somebody who is very like mentally, like, I feel this person thinks that you two have a lot in common mentally, or a lot of things you could talk about, okay? And I do feel like, you know, the Queen of Swords is very much knowledgeable and an authority on different things, and isn't afraid to speak what's on her mind. And, you know, I do feel like this person likes your directness, or likes that you like open the channels of communication with them. And I think they like to hear from you, and they like to respond to things, and perhaps try to make a plan or something like that. I do feel like this person wants you to continue to like try to talk to them or reach out to them, or they're happy or excited when they hear from you. Okay. But I also feel, pile number 3, I also feel that I also feel that this person may be with someone else or talking to someone else or may have something else going on here. You know, I don't know, pile number 3. I kind of feel like they might. I kind of feel like, you know, when they really, really, here's the thing, this person does have a libido. You know what I mean? Regardless of how they're kind of a loner at times, or maybe they're not that good at emotions or whatever. But I also feel like this person is saying they're attracted to somebody's qualities of the mind, and that they have to be like interesting and smart, and they have to have good conversation for them to even consider something. But I also feel that this person's libido isn't dead, and I do feel like this is a passionate person, okay? But I also kind of feel like you guys could start talking to someone else, because you feel like they're not really giving you signs or giving you the attention that you need. And I don't feel like you guys are like attention hogs that need people's constant attention, but I also feel like you're not idiots, pile number 3. Like, you can tell if someone's pursuing you or not. And I kind of feel like this person may still talk to an ex, or they may still flirt with an ex, or they may still be sexually involved with this King of Wands and Lovers with somebody from their past, or somebody that they see from time to time. I just have to tell you guys the truth and what I'm seeing, pile number 3. And maybe some of you already know that. You're like, oh no, I know that they have, you know, 1 or 2 other lovers or whatever. But I am seeing that, okay? I don't think this person's like emotionally involved with one person. I feel like they could be talking to 1, 2, or 3 people, and I think that there is a person that they regularly sleep with, is something that I'm getting. I don't feel like they're in a relationship with this person, but I do think there is someone. Now, here's the thing, pile number 3. I mean, I think somebody else could be reaching out and talking to you and wanting to get to know you and taking much more of like a interactive role with you, or like is like, yeah, you know. And I feel like if you guys wanted to date someone else or talk to other people, I feel like there would be people that are like, hey, yeah, let me take you out. Hey, yeah, like, you know, let's go out, let's do something, let's chill, let's hang, let's make a plan, you know. Let's go somewhere and do something. Let's take a trip somewhere. Like, you know, I feel like there is somebody here who, there's another person for you too. I feel, pile number 3, or the potential to be another person who's far more like active or engaged with, you know, getting to know you or getting to talk to you. And perhaps that's why you guys are coming through as the 8 of Swords, because you're like, I don't even know what to do. You know, there's the Tower underneath there. Like, this has the potential to be a huge shit show. I don't know. But at the same time, you know, when I see the Lovers, there really is an energy of duality, or there is like 2 things going on. So I really think, and not in every reading, but particularly because we have the Hermit here and everything else I've seen in this reading, I do think this person could be sexually involved with someone else, or 1 or 2 other people even, you know. And here's the thing, I think you're like, well, you know, if you're not going to kind of like talk to me or let me know what's going on, I am going to like talk to other people. Because I mean, here's the thing, I feel like both you, with Uranus and authority here, I feel both of you are very like, yeah, I can independent and can do your own thing. Okay. I feel like both of you have that within you. And so if the other person isn't really like saying or doing anything, like, you know, both of your attentions will get lost on other things or talking about other things. I also feel that you guys, both of you, don't really like it when somebody tries to like own you or control you. I feel both of you are very much not into that type of energy, and perhaps both of you are kind of in independent mindsets, okay? And you know, my whole thing, pile, and I have to say, like, if you're talking to other people or chatting with other people, I don't blame you, pile number 3. Like, have fun, enjoy life, right? Like, we can't sit around and like, it depends on what you want. The thing is I kind of feel both of you are very independent, and I kind of feel both of you would actually be a good match, and it's not like this person hasn't thought about being a match with you. I think they have. I think you two would actually be a really good match. But, I mean, something has to, like, somebody's got to open the gate, first house and Uranus. Somebody has to open the gate or the floodgates, or somebody has to make a move, and, out of sight, out of mind type of thing. I mean, I don't know, pile number 3. If you're looking to have like a really ultra independent relationship with somebody who likes to kind of do their own thing and has their own stuff going on, and you're happy with that, I mean, I think this could be a thing. But at the same time, like, what are you looking for? Or what, intrigues you? Or, I just feel that you're changing a lot. And the interesting thing is you're coming through as the Queen of Swords. Like, I don't care, or whatever. Or not I don't care, but just I'm not gonna like get overly concerned about what this person's doing. I'm just going to focus on my own self, taking actions for my own self and my own life. But I actually feel, Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck, like underneath that, maybe you guys are like, there is like this emotional sensitivity underneath it all. And finding someone that you could really like be yourself around. Uranus in the first house, like finding someone that you can really trust, and finding someone that really understands what you're going through from a health perspective. Like, I feel like this could be important to you, pile number 3 as well. But emotional like vulnerability can also be scary, and it, and maybe sometimes you guys are like, yeah, I have felt alone with some of the things that I've been going through, and it would be nice to have somebody there with me, and so I see your point entirely, pile number 3, but I also think the changes you want to make in your life are yours and yours alone to make. And I do think this person has some unspoken feelings towards you and regrets that they didn't say something or do something sooner. But I also feel like this person's a little bit difficult to be with, because they're not really, like, they like the way that their life is, and I don't feel like they really want to change too much about their life. And when you're going to let someone into your life, you have to be willing to, make some changes. So anyway, pile number 3, this is what I am getting for you, my friends. Interesting reading. Thank you so much, pile number 3. I'm sure you guys have more questions. I mean, I could go on for an hour and keep reading, but we all have to stop somewhere, don't we? And for those of you that would like to continue a reading with me, you can always book a personal reading. Thank you so much, pile number 3, and take care.